back to another Let's Talk video. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you guys enjoyed the past 2 weeks videos on friendship, and I really hope those tips are useful, that you can use them to break that cycle in your friendship. Okay, so for this week's video, as you can tell from the title, we are going to be focusing on learning how to be alone, because obviously, guys, if it is that you're really tired of toxic friendships and you are learning how to be a good friend yourself, and you want good friends around you, oftentimes it's going to require you to be alone. So I guess it was just fitting this week for us to speak about this, because yeah, we really need to learn to be alone, and it's in learning how to be alone a lot of cycles will be broken, because you won't tolerate the same things you used to tolerate before, when you were all so caught up with being in a friendship or just being around a lot of people because you think that that is what you needed in life, right? So we're going to get into 8 points on how best to learn how to be alone. Now, yes, there are many points, so of course I'm not going to speak long on every point, so you don't need to worry, just hold on through the video. Okay, so we're going to speak about those 8 points, and we're going to get into it. So the first one is, of course, the most important one is understand you're good enough all by yourself, guys. A moment of silence. You don't need validation from people. You don't need validation from people. Let's get that clear. You do not need validation from anyone but God. Let's get that clear, right? So, learning that you are good enough all by yourself is very key, right? And this is why I started this series, guys, with learning how to be confident, and then knowing the real you. You have to learn how to be confident with yourself. You have to learn to face the real you, because this is going to play a key role in you learning how to be by yourself and stay by yourself, and learning how to be alone, because trust me, it's going to help with making many decisions in life. And in order to make those decisions, you'll oftentimes have to make those decisions alone, and it's for your good. You have to make it alone, right? And trod the path alone, right? So understand that you are good enough all by yourself, okay? You don't need someone else to make you feel good. You just have confidence and believe that the way God made you, character-wise and physically, is good enough. And until you start learning how to love yourself for who you are, and you start embracing who you are as a person, nothing, absolutely nothing can stop you, okay? I'm telling you, just find your worth in God, and then guys, you will learn how to be good by yourself, and you'll understand that you are enough by who you are. You really don't need to be someone else in order to feel validated or feel enough. The way God made you, with your character, with your personality, with your physical stature, that is good enough. And I'm telling you now, look me in the eyes, you are good enough. And in order to be alone, you have to believe that. Literally, believe it. You are good enough. Don't let anyone ever tell you that you are not. That is just, that's their opinion. Your opinion matters, and that's all that matters. Okay? You're good enough. Okay, the next one is, you see, it kind of ties to what I just said. It said, value others' opinions, but value yours more. Guys, I think I spoke about this in another video, but I don't remember exactly. But if I do, like, run through the videos, I'll then link it at the appropriate time. Yeah, I gotta study. Sorry, but yeah, um, guys, I did say in another video that you're supposed to take opinions from others. You're supposed to um, figure out, like, see how someone views a certain point or a certain situation. But at the end of the day, what you choose and how you view it is what matters, right? Of course, you're not going to trod this path alone, but it actually does help you to solidify or concretize who you are as a person and learning how to be alone, because not of oftentimes your opinion is what is best because you have that gut feeling that God gave you, right? Please remember that God gave you a gut feeling, and that is the Holy Spirit speaking to you. So yes, you can always ask people for advice, but at the end of the day, if all those advice come and they just don't sit well with you, you still have to sit down by yourself, learning how to be alone and make that decision, right? And it's in doing that, guys, you actually realize that you really don't need anyone else to tell you what to do. Because, of course, you can always ask for wisdom, always ask for those things. That's why it says value their opinions. It's not to be prideful and not take what people say into consideration. But at the end of the day, it's what you choose, right? So always be open to taking advice, be open to taking opinions. But, guys, at the end of the day, it's your choice. And your choice may or may not align with theirs. So be okay to get the backlash, because some people believe that if they give you an opinion, that you must do it. And that is not the truth. You have to allow people to, if you're one of those persons, please remember that you have to allow people to make their decisions at the end of the day. As much as it may not rock you the right way, trust me, you still have to allow people to make that decision for themselves. And then, yeah, right? So that's part of learning to be alone. Listen to what they say, yes, but at the end of the day, make your own decision, okay? So the next one is learn to be an observer. This one, I'm very key on it, you know? Like, I now I know what you're probably thinking, like, watch people. No, it's not in that sense. Let's break it down, okay? So it's learning to be an observer, while the other part is watching people and how they behave and all those things is actually very key. But I believe that is in regards to friendship. So if you haven't watched my friendship videos, please go back and watch it. But yes, learn to be an observer. Now, when I was actually researching this topic, I actually liked what they said. They said that you should go out into to a park or anywhere just where a lot of people are. You just sit and observe how people do what they do, like live their daily lives, because you'll see people be their authentic self when they are not, when they think they're not being watched, right? And you'll learn a lot. Honestly, I've done this, guys, and I'm telling you, it works. Like, you just go, you sit down and you observe people. And like, I've done this before. I actually read this article, so I was like, okay, wow, I've been doing this. It actually is true. You're supposed to just go, sit down and observe and say, okay, you know, I learned something today. Someone did this way. Okay, that's cool. I never thought of that. Maybe I can incorporate it into my life, you know? And that's how a lot of people learn how to grow themselves, right? So yeah, learning to be alone. You know, you don't have to be distracted at all times or have someone in your space at all times. Just go into an open space by yourself and you'll learn so many new things, guys. Honestly, you'll learn so many new things by just sitting there and observing people. Yes, yes. Now, let me actually give a little bit of tidbit in regards to the friendship aspect. Now, whenever it is that someone is coming into your life, this is very key in learning to be alone. The fact that you've understood yourself, that you are good enough, and the fact that you do value people's opinion, but because you value your opinion more, when people come into your life, you can definitely sit back and observe them and be like, okay, this person is this way, this person is. Now, because you are content with being alone, you can then now decipher and discern what character or whatever it is that they are putting on the table by you observing and not letting them be aware of the fact that you are observing them. You'll see people for who they really are. And then you can say, okay, should I add this to my space or should I not? Right? And the reason why you can actually make that decision is because you are content with yourself and you've learned how to be alone. Okay, so take notes. Now, the next one is to learn to talk to yourself. Like, guys, oh my gosh. I remember once I was going to the supermarket while back in Jamaica, right? And I was there talking to God. Like, I'm literally always walking and having a big, huge conversation with God. Oftentimes, like when I'm praying and I'm talking to Him, that you just hear Him be like He gives me a joke or something of the sort, and He's like, Shani, you're gonna let these people think that you're crazy, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. But honestly, I remember I remember walking to the supermarket once and I was having a serious conversation with God, and I'm like, why are you doing this, and why are you doing this? What's happening, right? Like, it wasn't anything so tragic or anything, but I was having a deep conversation with Him, right? And then I just heard a sound. I just heard a voice from beside me. And then it was my neighbor. She was like, the first sign of craziness is talking to yourself. I'm like, hello, how are you? I'm like, hello, how are you? I was dying with laughter. But guys, it's actually serious. You should talk to yourself because learning how to be alone is very key in terms of getting to know who you are as a person. Because if you don't know who you are as a person, you can't have fun with yourself. You can't. Wow, I'm really crazy. Like, I just paused this video and I'm like, wow, she just realized how crazy she is. But may she, I don't care. But anyways, guys, honestly, like, especially since I came to China, guys, like, you just see me, I'd play my music, I'd be dancing, laughing with myself, just enjoying my own company. Like, I'm a very fun person. I think you can tell by the fact that I'm super dramatic. But yeah, but you can probably confirm the fact that I am crazy, right? I don't think I'm crazy, okay? That's your thoughts, not mine. I value my opinion, and my opinion says I'm not. Okay. But anyways, learn to talk to yourself. Basically, be your best friend. Second to God. Let God be your number one best friend, and then let yourself be your best friend, and then everyone else can come after. Right? So learn to love yourself and learn to talk to yourself. Get to know who you are. Get to know what makes you happy, what makes you sad. And when you've learned all this, guys, you can honestly enjoy your own company and learn how to be alone. Like, it's amazing. Because when you do that, guys, you don't have time for foolishness. So when the trouble is coming, you just block it, right? Just block it, and then you can just have peace of mind, right? Just whoo, yeah. But anyways, let's go on to the next one, right? Now the next topic is avoid mindless consumption. Now, I know It's going to be a rough one for many people, because it's basically saying stop idling your time. Like, you're wasting your time doing things that are not filling your mind with knowledge, with something that will help you to grow. Basically, mature yourself, like grow, like maturity. Go watch that video on maturity, right? You need to not only be in front of the TV every day just watching a series or a Netflix series. Like, it's not adding to you. And because you're so caught up with that, you'll probably realize that you succumb to peer pressure very easily. I'm not even joking, it's just the truth. Because with every new thing, that's what the entertainment system is designed for. Like, you'll never be satisfied. So often, like, you always see something new coming, or something new coming, because you're not content with yourself, you're not content with being alone, so something has to always fill that void. And you need to always be putting something new. And until you learn to fill that with things that are wholesome and things that can bring you peace, bring you intellect, bring you some level of growth for your life, and until you reach that point where you want that for your life, you'll probably be watching this video. Just saying. Yeah, and watching a lot and listening to a lot of podcasts and all those things, right? So yeah, some people may reach it earlier in life, some may not, but at any point you're watching this one, jayo, it means like, you go girl or you go guy. Yeah, you can do this. It's good that you're watching this video. Yeah, so like and subscribe. Thank you. But anyways, yeah, read books. Fill yourselves with wholesome information, guys, and stop being so distracted by foolishness. That's the truth. Yeah. Anyways, the next one is create. Like, create, right? And that is pursue a hobby or skill, be an entrepreneur, or do some project that seems impossible, right? Guys, when you learn to be alone, then you start talking to yourself, and you start to love you for who you are. Then you'll be like, okay, so what skill does Shanique want to learn? What is it that Shanique wants to pursue? What is it that she desires in life? And then, when you've noted all of those things down, then you can definitely start creating. You can start creating these things. Like, just put pen to paper, and it actually ties well with the next one, actually. So let's just put those two into one. So we're gonna have 7 instead of 8, and that is make plans for the future and pursue them. So your hobbies can be your plans that you make for the future, and pursue them, guys. Always try to build yourself. And because you learn to be alone, like, I follow entrepreneurship Instagram pages, and what is the reoccurring theme? Entrepreneurs should learn to be alone, because no one else understands your dream but you. No one else understands your dream but you. So you'll have to learn to trod life alone. And you can only do this by doing exactly what I've been telling you from the start of this very video. Okay, guys? So make plans for the future and create things. Just don't create and then stop. Always try to find something new that you can always pursue, because our mind craves new things. It is like that. And the entertainment world has already figured that out in regards to how our minds work. So if it is that you want something good for your life, start creating things, and it often requires you to be alone. And then in doing that, read books that require you to, that you read books that are pertaining to your future plans, your creativity, whatever hobby you have, whatever skill that you want to pursue. Just read, educate yourself. And in educating yourself, guys, wow, 10 years down the line, you'll be like, hey, I remember 10 years back, I was so afraid to do this. I was so afraid to be alone. I was so afraid to do everything that I am now doing, and is bringing me joy, is bringing me success. So, guys, just learning to be alone is very good. And the last one, which would be the seventh one, is cherish every interaction. Now, it kind of ties to what I said in terms of learn to be an observer. Now, as I've already stated in my friendship videos, guys, because you know how to be alone, guys, you will know which interactions that you face are worthy to be cherished. Yeah. You will know what to invite and what not to invite into your life. And because you will know this, because you know what you want, because you've learned to be alone, whenever you do have those interactions with people that are just as genuine and are on the same pathway as you, that want the same thing as you want, guys, those moments will just be like, oh, just be like amazing. And you should cherish those interactions, because when you have those genuine interactions with people and then you go back to being alone, you're like, wow, yeah, this is what life is supposed to be about, because you still have your peace, you still feel good enough, you still feel like your opinion is yours and it's what you value the most. You still know how to just be by yourself, be your own best friend. And if an interaction does not take you from that, wow, it's just the best thing you could ever experience, right? So cherish those friendships, cherish those moments, guys, because they're so rare. Really a diamond in the rough. Yeah. But yeah, those are our 7 topics. So yes, I started out the video by saying 8, but I kind of fused 2 of them. And yeah, so those are our 7 tips for how to be alone. And I really hope you do go on this journey, because learning how to be alone, as I've said before, is very key in learning how to break cycles. Yeah, it is. And learning how to break cycles for the future generation, something we all need to learn to do. It's something we all need to aspire to do. Yeah. Let's not just hold on to the old ways, and not try to change ourselves or anything. Let's break those cycles, and we will definitely create a better future, right? So I hope you liked this video. Please do remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.